everyone at home. I'm going to be doing some simple experiments, and we're just waiting on my friend Howie here.
Dr. Becky, Dr. Becky!
Howie, it's nice to see you. How are you doing today, Howie?
I'm excited. I heard we're doing science.
We are doing science. And remember at home when we had all these mason jars?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to be using some of those mason jars for our experiments today.
Wow!
And are you going to be able to help me, Howie?
Yes, I love to help. Do I get to drink it?
We're not going to be drinking these things today, Howie, because I feel like it's good safety to not drink anything in the science lab.
Okay.
Even though today we are working with things that are quite safe and are in your kitchen at home, but we're not going to drink anything. You can have your water off to the side.
Okay.
We're going to need a mason jar with water. Our plastic card has to be wider than the mouth of our jar. So can you see how wide it is, and can you see how wide our card is? Okay, so it's
That's pretty wide.
Right. So that's the width that we want. We are going to put this card on top of the jar of water. At home, if you have a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil, you can watch what we're doing with the experiments, and you can write down what's happening. You can also write now this is a big word, hypothesis. Do you know what a hypothesis is, Howie?
Is it a big animal?
That's a good guess. That's a hippopotamus.
It's the same thing, right?
Very similar, but not.
Oh.
A hypothesis is just a big word for a guess.
Then why didn't you say guess?
Ask the big scientists in the big labs.
You're the big scientist.
I'm not the biggest scientist, though.
You're pretty tall to me.
I am quite tall. Howie, what we are going to do is we are going to turn this jar of water upside down with the card underneath.
Oh, wow! Can I do that now?
Not yet. First, I think I'm going to have you guess what you think will happen.
It will spill everywhere. Water everywhere.
Howie, can you see? Is there any part of my jar edge showing at all?
Nope, not one bit.
Okay, so that's how I'm going to hold it over. Okay, and I'm going to do it very slowly, and I really hope that this does what it's supposed to do. Are you ready, Howie?
It's gonna go everywhere.
Do you think I should take my hand away?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm doing it very slowly.
What?
Okay.
Wow!
Now you may not want to hold it for too long without the card, because we don't know how long our magic science is going to work. So it has to do with something that is in our jar. What do you see that's in our jar, Howie?
Is it Mountain Dew?
This is actually water, and
Oh.
there's something else. A very small amount of it.
Air.
Howie, I'm so glad that you guessed that. That is exactly what this experiment has to do with. Let's talk about why the water stayed in the jar, even when we tipped it upside down. Because of gravity, when we tip a jar of something over, the substance should pour out. So what was special about this experiment? When we talk about air pressure, we are talking about the weight of the air around us. Air pressure in the environment can be affected by different things: height, the weather, traveling in an airplane. The air pressure surrounding the jar of water was affected when we turned the jar upside down. As we tipped the jar, a small amount of water escaped, allowing for a small air pocket at the top of the jar and changing the air pressure inside. Because the air pressure outside the jar is higher, it presses against the card, making a seal.
If I drink too much water, sometimes I feel air pressure inside my stomach. Is that the same thing?
You know what? That's different, and that actually has to do with biology, which we're not talking about biology today. Maybe another day, Howie.